Hey everybody, so the first thing I want to take a look at here is the indexes. So what happened? We got the 2-2 Rev Strat on a Tuesday. 2 down, 2 up, about 5.725, goes straight to its magnitude, pretty nice, giving you the potential 3 week, which you'll see in the after hours with the Trump leading in the polls. You know, the market seems to like Trump here, so we're going to open as an outside week to the upside after the Rev Strat 2-2 on a Tuesday, which was simultaneous break. We're going to see the Qs. Was a 1-2-2 on a Tuesday as well. You know, soft Rev Strat with no signals, but they did their thing and they're closing higher, now going higher in the after hours. Dow Jones, you'll see the 2-2 on a Tuesday, reclaiming last week's and last month's lows for now, so firming up. And then IWM with the strongest one in here, 3 on Monday, broadening formation. And then you'll notice that's a 3, so we draw that out. So today, let me clear it out for you. So today, this 3 in here, you'll notice how it goes expansion, right? So 3 gap down buy. This is the first thing we mentioned in the morning. And then 2 measured move expansion. And then overnight, it's up another, $5. So really cool stuff in there. And how do you know when things are going to close out at the highs? Because we pretty much called it right in the morning. We were like, this is probably closing out at the highs. How do we do that? Well, when you have a very high concentration of 2s, you can make that call very early in the day. We did it in the first hour. How do we do that? You just look at the amount of 2s up and 2s down. So this could literally, you could have it just on Thinkorswim. You could do this on the Strat site and do all that stuff. So for example, Dow Jones, why did it close out at the highs? Well, look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 2s to the upside in green. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is 7 2s going 3 to the upside. And then we got about 4 inside days. So between the two of those, we got about 80 something percent, 85% give or take of the Dow Jones going up, failed directional bars going up and 2s to the upside going up, right? The only thing that was not doing that was Boeing, which is where you can see the algorithmic selling occurring because Boeing was not going up. So that has to be institutional selling. So they're having problems in Boeing this week. And then you'll see the biggest gainers, things like Goldman Sachs, in here, and Dow Jones specifically, things like Intel, and there's gonna be more than that. It's like CAT, right? Not the biggest moves here in Dow Jones. It's normally the more boring type of stuff, but very cool how you can see that. And the same thing is true about the NASDAQ. And it's gonna be easier to count the things that were not going up because there's so few of them. But you can see on the days, it's like, look at all the ones that are green here. These are all 2s going up and green. So how many were down in red? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there's 9 things down in red today, and then 2 up in red, and there's maybe like 6, which means that was 80% of the NASDAQ was going 2 up, which was trending higher. And that's where you can see the really crazy gainers in here, which ILMN, VRTX, some crazy stuff, MU, Intel is in there, 2 PCAR, BKNG to the highs, CCEP, Crowd, LRCX, BIIB, MongoDB. You can see when inside day down, but then everything was going up today. So they rev strat that thing. And that's about it as far as the bigger gainers, maybe more in there. But as you can see, that's pretty neat, right? And that occurred within the first hour. So super important to understand that. That is how you predict high probability days to go out at the highs or lows. And most people do not do that. And you can see even here, just looking at the sectors, everything went up besides materials, and healthcare's were 2 down but green. So really cool stuff there. Now to get into the strat attack, give me a minute here. All right, so on the strat attack for the NASDAQ, we're gonna see EA, which should have been on last night's list. It's my bad. You got this big old momentum hammer confirming this inside month, which did get going pretty good today with simultaneous break and all that. That being said, we'll also see Charter, which did get moving a little bit today and just not as explosive as we'd like to see, but also inside month and up starting the week by going higher. And on the strat attack, not only can we have that stuff, but we can have this. So things where they come in to buy on Tuesday, 2-2 reversal. So you can see coin 2-2 on a Tuesday rev strat. That's something we want to know about. It is up after hours with Bitcoin rallying with this rev strat quarter in force from the previous macro vid to start the quarter. But you'll see coin in there. You'll see Riot in there. You'll see CLSK 2-2. Mara's a 2-2, but Riot and coin are a little stronger. And MicroStrategy also in there, but not having the best performance. It looks like it'll gap up tomorrow, so we will see. But you're looking for the outside week, if anything, there on all of those. And coin, if we go to the week, we're reclaiming a 3. So where's it going? Up there, right? 223, probably gapping to 200, 205 tomorrow. And Riot is going to be the same thing, potential 3-3 week. And that's going to be occurring with full time from continuity. So we'd like to know about that. It would reconfirm last month's stuff in the Bitcoiners. And if we go to Bitcoin quick, you're going to see on the RevStrat quarter, we talked about this previous macro vid, and we said let that cook on Twitter, because this confirms the year. We have a lot of evidence it's going higher for the rest of the quarter here, and that's just confirming that in the stock side of things. Outside of that, if we go to, and forgive me here, one sec, let me pause. All right. So we are going to see GM starting 2 up, 2 up. It's got the weekly inside bar up. The month is closer to confirming the previous 3-2 quarter. And 67.21 is what you're looking for. So you got the rest of the quarter as long as GM stays above 50.48. It's something we'd like to know about. If we go to Walmart, you're also going to see them blasting off inside week and up. If we go to the quarter, just reconfirming a 3-2 that really got going in here. So into all-time highs, exhaustion risk, we'll be aware of that. If we go to CSX, this is one I wanted on the downside, but breaks up. It's going to be an inside month at this point. Oops. If we look at Unity, you can see it's a potential month signal back up, and this is coming after. You can see going straight down into the lows here. So coming back through the broadening formation above 2285, and you'll notice the week inside bar reversal week to try and trigger that stuff starts as 322 to start the week. If we go to I'm going to skip a few of them here that are stuck inside a bit. YPF, that's an interesting one. You can see this guy, big yearly try. So do we have to be in there right away? We do not, right? If it's going way up there, then we are not late to it. You'll see the month is bright green to start the month. The week is inside bar up, bright green to start the week. 2 up, 2 up. This is exactly what we're looking for. If we go to AXP, which is American Express, goes inside week up, still gonna be an inside month, but green at this point. W Day, nothing of interest. It doesn't doji, but Whirlpool, WHR, not too interesting to me. It's a 3-on-2 reversal if you want to go after it, and you just gotta be aware of that mother bar problem. Now 3-on-2 to the upside, just blasting off, still expansion of this quarterly here. You see 2 up, 2 up to start the week. It's not back through previous range is what I prefer. Melly, RevStrat week to the upside, which could cause a monthly 2-2. It is a $2,000 stock, but for sake of clarity, we'll keep that up there. And the last one in here is LII. And you'll see an inside week 3-on-2 up, $600 something stock. So not too much to talk about here. That being said, we will see things in the home builders that we were keeping an eye on last week, like KBH coming back up. You go to KBH, you'll see it's 2 up, 2 up at the weekly hammer in force. And 2-month potentially if they firm back up. Normally that tells you to look at TOL as well. But you're going to see the 2-2 back up, TOL. If we go to PHM, closer to a 2-2 back up. DHI, closer to a 2-2 back up, but not quite. So it's not all the home builders yet, but DHI could be a 2-2 day to try and get it moving. And then TOL will be a 3 for the 3-2 day tomorrow if they're going to keep it expanding. And I'm trying to pick out the strongest things. That's the goal here, right? That being said, we can also take a look at who is not going up. Really, the only one of interest for me is Win, which got wrecked today on earnings. Momentum shooter day down, the shooter month down, countering the quarter signal. So month counter quarter, back down, potential 3, and really got murdered on earnings. So getting inside day in there, something would be of interest, and that'd be on the continuation in there. But now we can take a look at the daily signals. Alrighty. So I did have one add to the StratAttack TLN. You're going to see the energies today, 3-3, and could cause the inside month and up, and it's really been gunning. You can see this year is way up to the highs. So new name for me, but looks like something that'll be around a while. That being said, inside days, we'll see AMD inside day. It's not too much of an interest for me, but it's in the chips. CRM, and we'll have AMD in there as well. Or actually, look at that one here. But if we go to CRM, also inside day, bright green on the month, at least to start it out. Quarter is in force, so this would reconfirm a quarterly magnitude with like a couple, 4 days stuck inside of this stuff. If we go to HLF, so this is going to be momentum 2-1-1 momentum hammer after a big move. So that's something we want to know about above 823. And you'll see this year it's not having the best year. If we go to the month, firming it back up after some slight lower lows in here. So new stock, it's Herbalife, small stock. Go to Lockheed Martin. You'll see the inside day for maybe a 2-1-2, which would reclaim an outside month. So that's something we want to know about. If we go to the star, this is something else that I'm adding in here just as a different scan that I used to do a lot more frequently, but I kind of stopped doing. But what I'm looking at for is things that have big, long ranges, big, long bars. So it takes like the last 10 days, and we want a bar that has an open and close of about 2 or more %. And the reasoning for this is simply because Rob would teach and he'd say, we want long red and green bars because it makes trading a million times easier when price is actually moving. So I'm simply just scanning for that. And there's a list of like 70 stocks that move, and it obviously self updates. But anything with a star, normally that's going to fall under that, or just something I'm highly interested in. But going forward, that's going to be a new thing. Hopefully I remember to do every single night. That being said, AMSC, American Superconductors, and this is an interesting one, because if we really blow it up here, you can see on the year, I wish I could add more time to the left so I could draw this and it'd look better. But you'll see in here, we get the very slight lower lows. You get this big broadening formation. Obviously, NVIDIA did really well, but interesting stuff for the American semiconductor stuff. And you'll see 3-month inside bar of this if you use your brain, and the daily measured move would try and confirm that. If you go to Visco, Visco is also going to be measured move, and you can see it's really been gunning. Bright green month, quarter 3-2. It's going into recent highs, so it's got to stay up there. But you will see it has been higher, so maybe setting up for next year. Victoria's Secret, interesting comeback here. And then ARM is going to be with AMD, which honestly, I prefer to just put it up in here. Although it's on the list, we'll have to see, right? But notice long red and green bars makes it a lot easier. So you'll see 2-2 day, 2 hammer, no reversal, 1, 2, 2 long, inside down, right on the gap down, slight triangle out, back down, 2 down, inside. We'd look at inside up or down, right? So it makes it a lot easier when you have those long red and green bars. That's the only thought there. But we go to the hammers. Dollar General, slight hammer counter shooter. It's not perfect, but if that works, it'd re-trigger a rev strat week, which I find slightly interesting. And maybe it could cause an inside month and up. So it's got a little bit of a domino trade there. 2-2-2 tomorrow if they want to send it higher. Normally you can watch that with Dollar Tree, which you're going to see is the same. So it'd be simultaneous break. And then CRSP, you'll see big ol' hammer day in here, CRISPR Therapeutics, and that would get your inside month going in there. So depending on, what universes you're sticking to, Weekly signal stuff is gonna be your strat attacks, right? And your bigger magnitudes. And then the dailies in here, they're going to be confirming or negating, just based on, the day, week, month, and 60s. What were they doing previously? So that is the plan tomorrow. We're obviously going to have a ton of gappers, so it's going to be more than we can, handle, right? It's going to be the whole market, but hopefully you were positioned for those in stat. We were very adamant about that closing out higher. So we said, hold what you're willing to risk, but we don't really have a reason to believe it's not going to work. Like, why would they go in and buy 90% of the market if it's going down, right? That was kind of what we talked about on stream. But hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully you guys had a good election night, and we'll see, what the results are as the week goes on. But super cool to start. So adios and have a good rest of your night.